Hello, doctor. Good afternoon.
Hi Seema, good afternoon.
Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Seema Kazi Rangnekar, a birth professional and founder of Samabhuti and Beyond, a pregnancy care center where we support women, parents through pregnancy, postpartum, and parenting. Today's conversation is one that every new and expecting parent should tune into. We are going to decode the newborn phase. Those first weeks, as after birth, are magical, emotional, however, also quite overwhelming. Joining me is someone I truly admire for his work with newborns, Dr. Kiran More. He is an Australian board certified neonatologist and pediatric consultant with nearly 2 decades of experience across Australia, Canada, the Middle East, and India. He currently heads the advanced NICU at MRCH in Thane, a state of the art facility in collaboration with Sick Kids Canada. Together, we'll talk about practical ways to care for your newborn from feeding and sleep to immunity and infection prevention, especially viruses like RSV, which can be serious in tiny babies. So, let's dive right in. So, doctor, the first question I would like to ask on behalf of the parents is what are the biggest challenges parents face in the newborn phase, especially in the first 4 weeks?
Sure. So first of all, we need to understand newborn period is very much different than the pediatric or the adult age. The newborns are not the miniature adult because there's a lot of transition happening from the world inside the womb of the mother to the external world. So the babies are facing a lot of challenges, suddenly getting adjusted to the new environment, and along with that, their immature immunity. They are getting used to maintaining their temperature. They might have feeding issues, jaundice. Also, to maintain weight, also they have to put in effort, and that's why they need a lot of help in each and every aspect. And sometimes these babies are born extremely early, so premature. So that opens a whole gamut of new problems because all the organs are very immature, including the lungs, the brain, the intestine. So they face a lot of breathing difficulties, feeding difficulties, and sometimes issues with their development. So they need a special care.
So I see many parents getting worried about are they doing the right thing? Why is my baby crying so much? Or am I feeding too often? So we should normalize this adjustment phase for both babies and parents. Coming to the second question, what do parents with premature babies should? What are the precautions they must take once they go home?
Sure. It's a good question because as the term babies require precaution, you extra care for these premature babies because even if they are ready to go home, they're still like their lungs are still growing, feeding may not be still adequately developed, their immunity is extremely poor, so they are prone for lots of infection, including viral infections. So simple viruses who can cause cold to us like rhinovirus, flu virus, or RSV virus can cause serious disease in this premature baby. So we have to take a lot of care to prevent this infection to get transmitted to these babies.
How can parents recognize early signs of infection in newborns, including RSV?
Sure. So the issue is like lots of infection look very similar in newborns. A lot of time they are just lethargic, not feeding very well. Sometimes they get fever or even low body temperature. They are just not able to maintain the temperature. Sometimes they start breathing faster or making a grunting sound like and that many times mothers miss as if their baby is crying. But that's called as grunting, and that's a sign of serious infection. And so earlier many viruses, their symptoms they look same, but as the symptom escalate it can go on to cause a lot of breathing. You get indrawing of the muscles in the abdomen, and you can have wheezing, and sometimes even babies stop breathing. So apnea could be a very classical sign in RSV, so it should be quickly checked by a pediatrician.
Okay, good to know that. What steps can families take to protect their newborn from common infections at home?
Sure. So I think COVID has made our life easier, and for us also to give counseling to the parents that I generally tell them, yeah, you have to take COVID precautions for when the baby is at home. So strict hand hygiene, especially before touching. There are like these moments of hand hygiene we try. So somebody coming outside from outside, just quickly hand wash before touching the baby. After you're coming off from that area, always try to do good hand hygiene.
Yeah.
Then I think sometimes you have to be rude to limit the visitors.
Yeah.
Everyone already excited. Everyone wants to visit. All the aunts and aunties want to visit,
I want
but
to hold a baby.
yeah, to see the baby. So I think at least for a first month or two, you should avoid too many visitors, avoid public places, especially peak seasons, and don't go to the malls. Generally, you can go to the open areas. No smoking around the babies. And to boost the immunity, breastfeeding is the best feeding because that gives a lot of immunity and boosts the immunity. And last but not the least is doing all immunization by their date, not by the weight. Many times many pediatricians are afraid to give immunization till their babies are 2.5 kilo, but you have to give even if they are 1.5 kilo, all the vaccine should be important. And luckily now we have even immunization available for RSV vaccine. So I have been using it in outside India for many years now, and it is one of the most effective sort of way of preventing the RSV infection, especially in these premature high risk babies.
Oh, good to know that. In fact, I always tell my new parents to have clear rules without feeling guilty that your baby's health comes first. So even
Absolutely.
if everyone wants to hold a baby and
Yeah, I know.
pass the baby around, some even want to kiss the
Is
baby. So I'm always telling them just put the baby in the cot and tell them you can see. I know it's rude, but also parents don't know how to handle this, so it's a bit tricky. You're right. What are your three top basic for newborn care? Like, what should parents keep in mind?
Sure. So I think the most important thing to watch for is feeding and the temperature control. So feeding should be on demand. Breastfeeding exclusively we should try to avoid giving any formula top ups. And then I think first primary mothers especially take some time. There's a learning curve for the feeding establishment, so they struggle initially, but once with the help they will establish good feeding. Then burping after the feeds, monitor the weight regularly, and then always make sure that the temperatures are maintained, not too hot, not too cold. So you have to maintain the temperature, monitor the temperature, because they can lose weight just because of the low temperature. Then sleeping pattern, something is what they don't get quickly set in first few days or first few weeks. So try to train the baby to get into the sleeping pattern, putting them on the back, and following the safe sleep practices. So there should not be any soft toys or pillows or anything near the where the baby is sleeping. Ideally baby should be in the cot with head to, the baby towards the foot end of the cot. But I know in India a lot of time the co-bedding is there, then you should take precautions so that we should not roll over to the babies. And if mother is exhausted, somebody should take help for the mother, so that babies sleeps safely. And then the other thing which I was mentioning, the hygiene is very important. So like preventing infection, cross contamination. If somebody is sick, should be staying away from the baby. Maintaining the clean cord care, and sponge bath initially till the stump falls off. Then you can start regular baths, and again clean clothes, clean environment is what something needs to be followed so that your babies remain safe.
Yeah, we have cultural this of putting raika pillow, mustard pillow under
Yeah,
the baby's head. Then mattress has to be firm.
it has
Sometimes,
to be firm. Correct. It should not be dripping. So
yeah,
firm mattress or
and-
firm surface, no soft toys or no toys around.
even no cot bumpers, which is also not safe.
Correct, correct. So sudden infant death syndrome is very common, and somehow it is very underreported in India. Abroad, there are lots of studies and all the precautions are there, and so I think we should try to follow that. It does exist in a significant amount, so
Yeah.
we have to be careful.
I know parents get overwhelmed because there's a lot of conflicting information. Like, of course, it's well meaning from their parents, in laws, but at the same time, they're also reading, so they don't know what's right, what's wrong. My advice and my suggestion to all expecting new parents is listen to your baby, ask for help if you're not clear from a professional, not from friend or
Correct.
family, and most importantly trust your instincts, because you can't go wrong. If you think it's wrong or you should do it differently, you should just listen to your instincts.
Absolutely, I agree, and I made a video on this. That see, there is a lot of pseudoscience. There's a lot of information overload, and mother gets bombarded with this pseudo information. So I think you have to follow the expert, the pediatricians, and whosoever is the pediatrician, go to them. And then, if suppose the person is not accessible, go by your instinct. Do whatever you feel best for your baby. And there might be somebody in your house also advising something, but if you don't feel it's right, don't follow. Just go with your instincts, and you will be right most of the time.
That's correct. Dr. More, thank you so much for these practical and reassuring insights. It's always a pleasure. There's so much to learn from your deep experience with newborns. To all the new expecting parents watching, remember every baby is different and every journey is unique. Please don't be afraid to ask questions, lean into the support system that you have, and trust your gut. We hope this session helped you feel a little more prepared and a lot more empowered. Please follow the Preterm RSV Care page on social media for updates on more such conversations around baby care and parenting. Until next time, take care and cherish these beautiful tiny moments with your baby.
Sure. Thank you.